Hi, my name is Meri DeCaria. I'm the director here at Phillips Gallery, and this is my artwork. I've long had a penchant for color and design. I was adopted as an infant and raised by a musically inclined father, and my mother encouraged art projects. But it wasn't until I searched out my birth mother that I learned that I come from a long line of artists, 4 generations back, to our knowledge. My great-grandfather worked in ornamental iron and was commissioned to do an iron partition wall in a church in Muncie, Indiana. He also did other things like gates and fire grates. My great-aunt worked in ceramics, as does my immediate aunt. She also has a wonderful sense for design. So I'd like to think my genetic memory runs deep. The genesis of the subjects I paint is derived subconsciously in the form of sketches that usually appear while doing something else, like talking on the phone. Many people do some kind of doodling on the edges of their notes, but I found I could envision mine as colorful paintings. I was born in the 60s and grew up in a home built to embrace the modern era. Those groovy shapes and colors are steeped in me. Other than what flows in my DNA, having worked around art most of my life has had the greatest impact on my inspiration. Observing the nuances of my surroundings has honed me. Travel has deepened my appreciation for imperfect lines, and paying attention to the smallest detail has, I suppose, resulted in the tidy essence of my work. Inspired by other works that I've seen using the scratch method, I begin with a quickly applied thick coat of paint, and using the hard end of my brush, I carve into the surface using my tiny sketches to inform my subject. In the way that most jazz music is composed, for this step, I move quickly and freely with what I'm doing to capture the feeling before the moment is gone. Once the first bit of paint is applied, the journey begins, and I'm lost in that world, of which many artists who love color know. Each color informs the next, and I only have a general idea of the outcome. I allow my intuition to guide me. Most of my paintings resolve themselves in a week or so. Other times I have to set one aside while I wait for it to tell me what is needed next. Occasionally one will hang around for years, and on the rare occasion, I'll return to something I've deemed finished and make changes. I'm often asked, when do I have time to paint? I usually work in the evening after dinner until about 11 p.m. My interest in music is eclectic, but mostly I tune into NPR while I paint. Their evening programs are always engaging, and I know it's time to go to bed once I've heard the news from the BBC.